Well, I spoke to Rick Witter a little earlier, the frontman of York-based Shed 7. I started by asking him how much excitement there was surrounding the release of this new single.
Well, I think it's been coming for a while, hasn't it? Obviously, they did those reformed gigs not so long ago, and ever since that, really, I think people have been wanting to hear new material. And then there was the rumours about whether or not they'd split up again because there was arguments in dressing rooms and so on. But, you know, I think the excitement levels are really building today, aren't they? I've been on Twitter a lot today, and an awful lot of people are commenting on it, and it's quite exciting, yeah.
We don't know too much about the single, do we? It's going to be released at 8 o'clock. I mean, why the mystery?
That is the Stone Roses. They've always been like that, and they're quite canny, really. And I don't really understand how they get to do it like this. That nobody's leaked anything. You know, it's only recently that people have been leaking photographs of when they were going in and out of the studio in London. I've been seeing pictures of, but nobody seems to have heard anything. So, and the people who obviously have heard it are keeping it close to the chest, and that all adds to the romance and the excitement of it, I guess. I mean, I do remember. Was it 1995 when the Second Coming came out? Was it 94? Was it? And it was a similar kind of thing. They just dropped a single, and then obviously the album was there. So I haven't heard anything myself, and I'm looking forward to hearing it.
It is what, more than 20 years since they released any material, and they had quite a long and drawn out and quite a well publicised breakup that everybody was talking about at the time. I mean, how easy is it going to be for them to be able to reunite like this? And also, how easy is it going to be to make themselves relevant?
Well, I mean, I think they've proved they're still relevant by the fact that they've just sold out however many gigs at the Etihad in Manchester next month. And obviously the reformed gigs they did a few years back, I think kind of shows that there's still the need for them to be there. And I think, you know, the debut album did that, really. I mean, obviously I'm in Shed 7, and it was around about the time of their debut album came out that we decided as a band to start really taking ourselves seriously because of what they'd done. You know, we were still an unsigned band from up in York, and we were kind of just doing it for a bit of a laugh. But as soon as we heard that debut album, that was it. It was like, right, well, you know, it's time to start taking things more seriously. And I think that the debut album will live on forever. I mean, regarding what you're saying about how hard they'll find it, I mean, they've been back together as a band for a few years now, so in that time I'm sure they've spent an awful lot of time, you know, just writing, rehearsing and getting tight again.
Ian Brown said this is going to be fresh new music that they're going to be releasing. Is there a danger that for many people who idolised them back in the day, back in the 80s and the 90s, that they might feel a little bit isolated because it might not be the music that they are used to from the Stone Roses? It's going to be new material.
Well, there's always a danger of that, whoever you are, whatever band you're in, you know. But don't forget, with the Stone Roses, as I say, the debut album was psychedelic, 60s influenced pop, very Birds sounding like. And then at the tail end of that, you get Fool's Gold, which was a total departure. And then again, when the Second Coming album came out, it was a lot more Led Zeppelin, riffy, rockier songs. So they've always changed and moved with their own special times. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if it was a massive departure, but it'll probably still sound great.
And Rick, we're not privy to the discussions that they have behind closed doors, but there have been some pretty heartbreaking scenes when they broke up the first time. I mean, can you really see them lasting another 5, 10, 15 years as a band together?
Probably not, no, but that's part of their appeal, really, and, you know, we've just got to appreciate them while they're here, I guess.
Rick Witter, good to talk to you. And you'll be able to hear the at least parts of that new single at 9 o'clock here on Sky News.